Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today I'm here to talk about The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. This book is very hard to summarize because there's so much to it. So basically, you're following two timelines. In 1978, Eric and Violet live with their grandmother, and their grandmother is the director of a mental facility down the hill from their house. One day, Gran brings home a girl named Iris and says she's going to be living with them. And so they form a bond. You know, they're three kids. They hang out, they form bonds. In 2019, you are following Lizzie, who is a podcaster and a monster hunter. She gets wind of a monster that is in Vermont. She goes to Vermont because she thinks that this monster is real, and she thinks it might be her sister. And so it's dual timelines. They cross a lot. I loved this book. It was so good, so twisty-turny. Again, that is a very, very simple way of explaining and summarizing this book. There's so much more that goes into it. I was captivated. I didn't want to put it down, read it super quickly, loved the characters, loved the relationships, just blown away. I've never read anything by Jennifer McMahon. I read this in October for the Buzzword Readathon hosted by Books and Lala on YouTube. The theme for October was relationship words. So children, is a relationship, parents, children. So that's the reason that I read this book, and I'm so glad that I did. Also, it's one that got off of my physical TBR. Always happy to do that too. So really, really recommend this one. Twisty-turny. It was a thriller that I didn't know was going to be a thriller. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect from this book, and so it, really surprised me. But now I want to know, have you read this book? What did you think? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today I'm here to talk about Magic Hour by Kristin Hannah. This book is set in a small northwest Washington town where one day a 6-year-old girl just walks out of the woods with a wolf pup, and no one knows who she is, where she came from, anything like that. The police chief of the town, Ellie, is trying to figure that out. And her sister is a child psychologist named Julia. So she calls Julia to come home to their town to try to figure out more about this girl who's just appeared from the woods, trying to see if she's a girl that's been missing. They interview a bunch of families who have children missing, things like that. Julia connects with this girl and names her Alice. And it's just a book about them forming a connection. You're trying to figure out, you want to know where this girl came from too, everything about her. And I thought that this was a beautifully written book. I teared up a couple times. Reading some reviews, I can see why, there are some parts, I gave it a 5-star, but there are some parts that I'm kind of this didn't really age well when this was written. I think it was written in maybe 2016. No, maybe earlier than that. I don't remember. It was written a while ago, and some parts I was just don't really like that. But still, overall, I loved this book. I read it really quickly. I felt for the characters, and I wanted them to have a happy ending. So, overall, I recommend it. It's not the genre that I normally read. I read this book because I had heard about it on YouTube, and I picked it from my TBR jar. And so that's why I ended up picking it up, and I'm really glad I did, because not what I normally read, but still beautifully written. So now I want to know, have you read this book? What did you think? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.